Oh, I am live. Good morning. No introduction today because apparently I've gotten a possible copyright infringement from YouTube on my introductory song, which doesn't make sense since I downloaded it from Canva that said, here, this is a song free for you to use. Okay, nothing is easy, right? And that is kind of where we are today. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Brewing Happiness. Grab your cup of coffee, tea, hot cocoa, hot milk, hot water. I don't care if it's hot. Maybe you like a Coke in the morning. It doesn't matter to me. Grab what you like to drink. And let's have a chat. Today is Freedom Friday, meaning I am freeing myself from all kinds of conventions. As you see, no makeup today. I'm just kind of free winging it naturally. I did brush my hair, but can't really tell, right? No script today. I got a couple of memes I'm going to show and talk about, and I keep getting this message from the universe. It keeps coming to me in multiple ways that I need to be more extemporaneous, that I need to speak more from my heart on these lives. I have a confession to make. I usually script out my shows. I'm pretty good at reading a script, so maybe sometimes you don't realize I am, but I do. I try making bullet points the night before, but somehow I just keep typing and the bullet points just keep getting longer and forming complete sentences and thoughts. And pretty soon I'm writing a script. And I don't always read it because a lot of times I remember it. They're my own words, right? I remember it, or I loosely say what's on the script and then go off on a tangent on my own. But I find that, honestly, the best parts of my shows, the part I like the best when I sit with my cousin or anyone and have a guest, totally unscripted, right? The things that can come out of my mouth are my best stuff. So I am working to, and also the other thing is I've chosen the live format. Live is for me. I don't love editing. I don't like preparation. I don't want to deal with production value. Obviously. I set up my little set here in my spare bedroom in my home, put some colorful things on the wall just because I love it. A girlfriend, a business coach, told me that basically my set here breaks the rules. Everything she would have told me to do a set, this was all completely wrong, and yet it works for me. She said, and yet it works for you because I'm a little quirky, right? I'm a little colorful. I like to do things differently. So I love my set that is an explosion of color, the elephant, the Indian influence, the tree of life, the fairies, Dr. Seuss, Baby Yoda, my book. Everything here is precisely placed because these are all the things that I love. I need to rotate in some more things. I love a lot of things. Anyway, for today's show, I thought I'm just going to chat. And if I have no listeners, it'll just be me chatting with myself. If you're here on the replay, you're hearing me just kind of stream of consciousness, right? Just kind of chatting. I did, however, oh my gosh, look at this. I did, however, prepare a PowerPoint. Oh, wait, I don't want that there. Goodness gracious. All right, hold on a second. This is the beauty of no one watching. I can just take my time to do what I want. No, the slide. How can I design ideas? This is what I want. I don't want anything in here. Oh, you know why? Because the format is the slide. Anyway, okay. You know what? Oh, shit. You know why? Because it's a title slide. Here's what we'll do. Oh, crap. Well, isn't this fun? Watching me struggle with technology. So, one more try. I know. But this is what I was going to call Freedom Friday because okay, hold on. I'm not looking at you. And that's no fun either, is it? Finally. I went, no. New slide, blank slide. There we go. And now we can have this. And then we can delete this. Okay, all right, life is good. What I have done is put a few memes that I saw on the Facebook this morning, and I thought I'd just chat about them because, again, trying to up my game and extemporaneous speaking, and as there's no one here watching, I'm free to do what I want. And if you're here on the replay, you get to see me experimenting. That's why we're going to call it a Freedom Friday. So let's see. The first thing I'm going to do is share my screen. Share my screen. And how about this? Let's see what this looks like. That's not good. Let's do this one. And then let's see if we can make this into a presentation. Oh, this is good. Okay. All right. So when you slow down, you feel. Anyway, we're going to jump into stream of consciousness. I'm just going to comment on a couple of memes that I caught my eye this morning that I thought had stuff worth talking about, and it helps me to practice, right? Speaking without a script, without a plan, without what do they call it? A safety net. If it's horrible, it's horrible. I'm okay with that. Anyway, okay, here. When you slow down, you feel. When you feel, you heal. And when you heal, you grow. Sometimes slowing down is the most productive thing you can do. I don't know about you, but I was raised in a household where relaxing and having time to yourself was considered slothful. Every moment needed to be doing something, right? My mom never sat and watched television. She was always either knitting or sorting or doing dishes or doing something else. You just never saw her do nothing, ever. And so I was raised to kind of feel like doing nothing was against the rules, right? That the expectation is, I don't want to stop sharing. Okay, here's what I can do. So that when I talk, I can come back and talk for a minute. I don't know. What do you think? You want to see the quote? I'll leave it there. Okay. Anyway, good morning, Debbie. Anyway, I was taught, if you missed the beginning, I'm calling this Freedom Friday because I didn't wear any makeup, but I don't have a script. So this is me, freedom to just chat and try to be better extemporaneously. So love to know what you think as I try to break away from the script. Okay, hold on. I'm having a little trouble with the camera. It's backwards. When you move to the left, it's to the right on the screen, and I'm not good at that. Anyway, I was taught that there was no value in doing nothing, that you needed to be productive, that it felt to me as if the message I was receiving was that every moment needs to be doing something constructive. And nothing constructive or no value is placed on daydreaming or resting. If you're resting, you should be sleeping. If you're not sleeping, you should be doing something, right? Not necessarily spoken words, but that's what was modeled. And I guess it was spoken. What are you doing? Nothing? I got something for you to do. Here's a ride. Let's watch some baseboards, right? Every moment to be productive. So I was busy. I learned to be busy. I read. I did crafts. I was very good at getting lost, right? When you're a kid. We were kids of the ages where you went outside and mom said, don't come back till dark. Okay. Right? I was really good at entertaining myself. And a lot of the time when I entertained myself and got out of the house, I did nothing. It was my favorite thing. I would go down to the park or to the school where when it was summertime or weekends or after school, and climb the mulberry trees. There's a little platform built to the top of some really tall mulberry trees, and I'd climb up and just sit in the tree, up above everything, look around me. It felt special. Anyway, the value in doing nothing. The value. I did a whole show on the value of boredom. Boredom, right? Creating space in your head for new things to come in. If you're so busy all the time, your head is your head. Well, okay, we call it our head because that's where our brain is, our mind. You're so busy all the time. You're constantly going, doing, thinking. which is great. I'm a busy person, right? I like to be busy, but there's no space for anything new, right? You've filled up you have so much. We all got 24 hours in a day, right? We only have so much time and so many things we can do. And if it's all full, if that time is filled with activities from morning to night, when are you planning the next stuff? When are you just anticipating? I did a show on travel and on happiness hacks, and travel scored very, very high. Travel was one of the things that make us the happiest. But the interesting thing about travel was we enjoy anticipating our travel as much as the actual travel itself. We enjoy the memories of our travel as much as the travel itself. And aren't anticipation and memories part of that daydream, do nothing, enjoy the movie playing in our head kind of a time? So Freedom Friday is the freedom. I'm offering you the freedom to do nothing. Saturday afternoon, tomorrow, you got nothing to do. Lay on the couch and turn on an old movie that you've seen, that your brain can follow and smile at, but still kind of have some laziness in its background, because you know what's coming, right? You don't have to pay too much attention. Or go out and sit in the garden, grab you a glass of iced tea and sit in a shady spot and just see how many things you can notice. Take some time to do just absolutely nothing. Let your body relax. Let your mind relax. Give yourself some freedom from having to always be thinking about something, always planning something, always working on something. Give yourself some freedom to just be. Because as it says, when you feel, you heal. When you start to sit down and just let nothing happen, the feelings seep in. Sometimes we don't want that, right? That's why we're so busy. Maybe we want to numb those feelings. Maybe we're like, Stop the feeling. I'll go wash the dishes. You know it's bad. I'd rather wash the dishes than stop and feel. But when we stop, we repress, right? When we stop and we get busy and we put it aside, I'll think about that tomorrow. One of my favorite tactics in life is, I call it the Scarlett O'Hara. If you know Gone with the Wind, you know one of Scarlett's favorite sayings was, I'll think about that tomorrow. And that's kind of how I am. I'll think about that tomorrow. Put it off. Anyway, the more we repress, the more we push down. Push stuff. I would call it, I'm an excellent repressor. The more we push stuff down, it comes out. Think of it this way. Your body is a porous container. You're not a glass jar. You're a canvas bag, right? And when you pour shit, let's just be honest, when you pour that shit down, it's coming seeping out somewhere. It's going to seep out at yelling at your kids. It's going to seep out in smoking or drinking too much, or eating too much, or staying out too late, or gambling, or watching porn, or whatever vice that you come up with. But in some way, it's coming out. So what's the healthy way to do it, right? It's a long path around here, but let's come all the way back to where we started at: resting, doing nothing, allowing yourself to feel, acknowledging hurt and pain that you've received, acknowledging sucky feelings that don't feel good. Maybe it's your own guilt. Maybe you've done something that you're not that proud of, and that's what keeps bugging you. And you have to let it go, but you can't let it go till you see it. Right? You can't let something go that you're stuffing down inside. You can only let it go when you take it out and let it expand and fill it and feel it and acknowledge it. That sucked. I wish I hadn't done that. What am I going to do to make up for this thing I've done? Or this sucks. I hate it that this happened to me. What am I going to do to stop feeling this horrible? These are the thoughts that you're going to take. This is doing nothing, right? This is nothing, because you're not actively thinking these thoughts. By being quiet, by watching that old movie, by sitting in the garden, by going to the beach and watching the waves just roll up onto the shore, your subconscious is processing. You're letting these things work. You're creating the space for this work to happen. Is this making sense? Because I'm just making this shit up. I'm just talking off the top of my head. I'd love to know if you think it makes sense. Are you hearing the replay? let me know. Say hi. I'd love to know who's watching. Okay, let's go to our next. Oh wait, we can just do it this way. I don't have to change. This is actually very good. If you don't mind the little strip bar at the side. All right. With that, here's the next topic. Because like I said, stream of consciousness. I'm just going to talk about stuff this morning. Gary Vaynerchuk. If you were in the self-employment, make money online, how can I get a side hustle and not have a job world, you know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, because he's very big, he's very famous, and he's very rich. And he is a guy who teaches other people how to do what he's done, right? And Gary says, without hustle, talent will only carry you so far. I'll go back to my Cal Coolidge quote, right? That says, persistence is the only answer. Talent will only take us so far. I'm going to read this quote real quick. Calvin Coolidge, famous quote. Nothing in this world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Okay, this goes on, but this is the important part of this quote, right? Is that you ever hear somebody sing at a bar and you at a karaoke night and you think, oh my God, why is he not famous? Why is he not headlining rock shows at stadiums? Talent's not enough. Talent and hustle. It's talent and drive. There's a lot of talented people that don't have the drive. A lot of people have the drive, maybe don't have the talent. The truth is, if you got to give up one, give up talent, because you can make up for talent, right? Hard work. Well, not in every occasion, right? You know. Again, I'm saying things and then I walk them back. I'm not Michelangelo, so can I pretend that I'm going to go sculpt something like the David? It's probably not going to happen. I probably don't have the talent for that. But if I was really, really driven to be a sculptor, it's who you know, and sometimes it's who you know. True that. Sometimes it's who you know. Fair enough. But the point here is that just having the talent isn't enough if you don't use that talent, right? If you don't share that talent with the world, if you don't put it out there and then work really hard to make something out of it. Hustle is everything. Hustle is getting up in the morning and getting it done, even when you don't feel like it, right? It's taking the extra steps. So they say successful people are those who will do the things that the rest of the people will not do. That's hustle. That's the thing. The extra ingredient that it takes and then one other ingredients that it takes, I think, is I think it's part of hustle, but maybe not. You decide. But it's belief, right? The belief that you can do it. Without belief in yourself, why do I show up and talk to the camera in the morning when there's no one watching? Right? It's belief that this has value and that this is going to go somewhere. And I'm trying to infuse myself with the hustle to promote and get it out there. And I continue to have days when no one watches. So maybe I should take the hint, right? That this is just a vanity project that I just enjoy hearing myself talk and seeing myself on camera. So I show up every day with a topic and a message. But I keep thinking, what if somebody hears this message someday? What if somebody rolls up on YouTube one day and happens to pick up something and hear something that really helps them have a better day? Anyway, that's a tangent, but that's the hustle. That's the hustle I don't always have. Sometimes I'm really content with a life of doing not much more than going to the beach, watching grandchildren, cooking good foods, and doing jigsaw puzzles. Maybe making a little art. Kind of what my life is if I don't come here and work at this hustle, which, yeah, well, again, that goes back to that topic of what is it that compels me? What is it that compels me to be seen, to be heard, to show up, to want to be on stage, to want to be on camera, to want to bring messages to light to want to show up here and talk to you. Good morning, Betsy. Good morning. We are here on Freedom Friday today. As you can see, I am free from makeup. I get up every morning, do a little makeup because the camera doesn't lie. This is me in all my glorious self, natural self. Freedom from a script. Today I'm just freewheeling it, as they say. Extemporaneous speaking. I pulled up a couple of memes off the Facebook that caught my eye, and I thought, oh, I like that. I'm gonna chat about those things. So the real question is, what do you think? Extemporaneous, scripted, which is better? What do you like better? Does it make a difference? I don't know. Just me. I get to do what I want because it's just me. See, the beauty is my whole life I wanted to have a talk show. My whole life I wanted to be Oprah Winfrey and have that talk show. Honestly, that was the dream in the back of my head. Now, did I do anything about it? No, of course not. I got married. I started having kids. I went to work in corporate America, became a continuous improvement engineer. I love both. Debbie, thank you so much. Went to work, and now here I am, retired, and I'm like, oh, remember that dream I used to have? That dream of having a talk show? In today's world, I don't have to wait for someone to say, Tina, you should have a talk show. Or, I'd like for you to be the host on my talk show. No, all I have to do is turn on my camera and say, I have a show, and I talk. Ta-da! I have a talk show. So that's what we got here. This is a vanity project that I hope in my heart is of value to other people. At least you and Debbie and Betsy, right? All right, let's see what else we have. Thoughts for today. Courage stands alone. Live your truth according to your own inner light. Oh, this is my message of all times, isn't it? The courage to be yourself. The courage to stand up and be yourself in all your glorious, messy, unconventional, quirky ways. In all the ways that you think the people around you might think you're crazy, might think you're ridiculous, might think you're silly, might think you're wrong. And yet the courage to be those things, the courage to throw it out there, let the chips fall where they may, attract the people who like it, and the heck with the rest of you, right? Here's who I am, guts, feathers, and all. Take me as I am or leave me be. Another song from Oklahoma. I sang from Oklahoma the other day, but this is even a better song. All or nothing. If you can't give me all, give me nothing. No, that's the wrong part of the song. And nothing's what you'll get from me. No, that's not the right part of the song. I meant to sing the part that went. Oh my God, I lost my train. That is my favorite. I love it when people can be themselves. Well, this is, Debbie, I think this is, as I struggle right now, I'm in this big struggle to figure out what is my purpose, my message. What am I supposed to be doing with this compulsion to get on stage and speak to you, right? What is the true message around you can be happy? Hey, is a little lame. And yet what I keep coming down to, the thing I keep coming back to, is nobody can be happy until they can be themselves. That's just the bottom line, right? No one is happy until they can be themselves. And that is, as I dig deeper, as I do my own exercises, my 5 why drill down, as I drill down on, well, why do I want to be happy? Why? Or why, what does it take to be happy? Or what does it take to do this? That's the conclusion I come to. When we're being who we authentically are, we're happy, right? That doesn't mean you're happy every moment. A lot of stuff goes on that makes us unhappy. A lot of situations and relationships and other things in life that can cause momentary unhappiness, right? That can cause momentary situational unpleasantness. But that doesn't mean you're not happy. You're happy when you're you, when you're authentically you. This has been a lifetime lesson for me. I've talked about this before. A lifetime lesson to have the courage to be me and take the risk that somebody might not like it. I've always been such a people pleaser, kind of a chameleon, right? Kind of a mirror. kind of just fit in with every crowd because you kind of see who they are and become who they are, and it's easy to fit in. I'm good at that. I've been doing it my whole life. And yet at some point you realize it leaves you without much of a center, right? You're just drifting in the wind, and you're just invisible. You're just transparent, because every place you go, you're just a reflection of what's already there. Instead of vitalizing, enriching, instead of being a catalyst, instead of being a creative spark, right? Instead of bringing new and fresh and different, unique to the table, I chose to bring sameness, acceptance, get along, go along to get along kinds of behavior. And as I've walked this journey this last 10 years or so, and be the example of the goddess you are, and you are doing that. Oh, Debbie, you're so sweet. I can put that right up. I'll put that up on my board there, right? And this journey of the last 10 years, as I've peeled back the layers of people pleasing, peeled back the layers of fear of not being accepted, right? As I've peeled back the letters of a lack of trust in who I am. And so I need to show you who I think you think is acceptable, because you're not going to let. So I've peeled back those layers of that onion, and started to, or try to, be myself, be true to what I think, not let that momentary, or not let that influence of what someone else thinks be the guidance of how I behave. So much happier, so much freer, so much lighter. I don't know. It's the secret to happiness. At the end of the day, I come down to, it's the secret. It is the secret, right? It's the single biggest factor in being happiness, is being you. Well, that, and serving others, and being grateful, and taking time for yourself, and all that other good stuff. All right. See, let's go to what's our next page say. Here we go. Let's do something. I'm gonna read this. This is the story. This is really cool. But I will be putting my glasses on because it's very small. At age of 40, Franz Kafka, who never married and had no children, walked to the park in Berlin where he met a little girl who was crying because she'd lost her favorite doll. She and Kafka searched for the doll unsuccessfully. She told him to meet her the next day, and they would come back to look for her. And the next day, when they had not yet found the doll, Kafka gave the girl a letter written by the little doll saying, "Please don't cry. I took a trip to see the world, and I will write to you about my adventures." And that began a story which continued for the rest of Kafka's life. During their meetings, he would read letters of the doll, carefully written with adventures and conversations. The little girl found it adorable. Finally, he brought back the doll. Well, he bought a new one and said that had returned to Berlin. It doesn't look like my doll, she said. And Kafka handed her another letter, which the doll wrote, "My travels have changed me." The little girl hugged the new doll, brought the doll home with her to her happy home. And a year later, Kafka died. Many years later, the now adult girl found a note inside the doll, signed by Kafka, and it was said, "Everything you love will probably be lost, but in the end, love will return in another way. Embrace the change. It's inevitable for growth. Together we can shift pain into wonder and love, but it is up to us to continuously and intentionally create that connection." From Terry James on Secret of Vibration, his post today. So, I guess we don't need that. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, that was the file. Okay. Oh, technology. Okay, I love this story so much. I read this on the internet this morning. I just love this story so much. First of all, that he would take the time to write the letter to the little girl and make something terrible, the loss of a doll, into something so wonderful, a lifelong friendship. And then secondly, I love the quote at the end. Everything we love will be lost, but love will always return to us another day. And this goes back to a conversation we had a while back about trust and faith, right? Trust and faith. And And knowing that, I mean, isn't that what all pain and all of our suffering is about? Is afraid of losing love, right? Afraid to not be ourselves because we might lose some love. Afraid to do things because we might lose love. And Kafka's saying here, it doesn't matter what you do, you're probably going to lose something, lose some love. But stay positive and focused on the future and know that love is going to find you in some other form. Lost something you love, something will replace it. Lost someone you loved, other people in your life who love you. I like the idea that love is eternal. It's continuous. It changes forms. Oh, like us, like energy, like everything. Oh, all right. And finally, I guess we're getting to the end of the show here. 30 minutes. Ah! All right. And finally, I'm going to end with this quote by Courtney Pepperno. You can't skip chapters. That's not how life works. You have to read every line, meet every character. You won't enjoy all of it. Hell, some chapters will make you cry for weeks. You'll read things you don't want to read. You will. Okay, I know this is bad, right? You'll have moments when you don't want the pages to end, but you have to keep going. Stories keep the world evolving. Live yours. Don't miss out. I love this. I love this. You can't skip chapters. I love the analogy of our lives as a book. And we write chapters again. We write chapters. Sometimes we even repeat chapters. But you got to read the whole book. I love it. There's no shortcut. I know. I love it. Do you know people who skip to the end of the book and read the end? No doing that in life, right? There's no skipping to the end in life. You got to go through every single day. That is the way life works. You go through every day. No, it's not there. Okay, stop sharing. That's the way life works, right? Every day. You got to get up. You got to do it over again every single day, and every single day counts. Every moment counts. There's no do-overs, right? There's no throwaways. Like I said, I do love the analogy of our life as a book. And in fact, I wrote a poem about it, and that's how I'm going to end my show today. Well, I am if I can find it. Ha ha. All right, here we go. Where did it go? Well, crap. There we go. All right, one more time. One of my very first poems, or one of the poems I read that made me feel like I had that I could do more than made me feel like I could do more than just write ditties as gags, right? This is the poem that made me switch from writing poems as gifts for friends and personalized stories to taking an idea and writing about it in verse. And I like to call this my signature poem. I think it's the poem that, well, I wish I paid attention to it more. Our lives are a series of choices we make, a product of the paths we take. Each day, a fresh start from beginning to end, a chance each time to begin again. We create the person we want to be. Our actions are our legacy. The manner that we choose each day defines our lives along the way. To offer kindness unexpected, assistance though it's not requested, deciding if you'll give all you've got to give determines the life you elect to live. The days, then weeks, then months, then years grow into a lifetime, and soon it appears you've written the story that now bears your name. The sum of your days and your choices became a book wide open for the whole world to see. Make sure it's a choice that you wanted. Make sure it's the tale that you want it to be. Okay, anything outside ourselves is monetary. It's why we go within. There we find love eternal. That's exactly right, right? The rest of the world, the outside world, caught up in this existential fight between ego and soul, between love and the world, and to be able to remember all the things we learn when we go internal, when we bring it out into the real world. That's our job, right? Manifest that love and well-being and inner joy that we feel, and bring that to the world and bring that to the surface, and be able to feel that here in this physical world, with all the pressure, with all the responsibilities, with all of the crap that's coming at you from the television, right? Bringing that joy to life here. That's our joy. That's our, I think, kind of our purpose in life. That's what I call, that's what I kind of call being a happiness ambassador, right? Remembering to be happy, remembering to keep it at the forefront, or choosing to keep it at the forefront. That it's important to you and it's important in your life, so you make it a priority. And then by making it a priority, what does yesterday's show about? Contagion, right? How living joy is giving joy, how the world needs happy people, how as happy people you are more productive, have better relationships, are more interested in making the world a better place. And that's my goal, is to recruit happiness ambassadors, right? I'm not creating them. Y'all are already, either you choose to be an ambassador or not, but you recruit them. Recruit them through awareness. Recruit them to say, by the way, the more aware you are of your own happiness, the more you choose your own happiness, the happier and more joyful you are, the better citizen you are, the more you're bringing that to the world simply by being joyful. I want you to see the sparks of joy all around you when you feel those feelings, right? And know that exponentially they are flying off of you and impacting the world and making the world a better place, a happier place. You have that power. You have that power every single day, simply by smiling at strangers. You never know. Ripple effect, butterfly effect. Throw out a compliment to a stranger, right? Smile at people. Help them when you can. You don't know the ripple effects that's going to have. You're going to walk away. You're going to get in your car and drive home, right? But that lady you just helped in the parking lot, or that cashier you just told what a beautiful smile she has, she's going to go home and make her family happy tonight because you made her a little bit happy, right? That's the way it works. Pay it forward. Pay it all the time. I saw something yesterday that, in fact, it's on my list of shows to do about giving, about the joy of giving, that we love to get a gift. But did you know the joy in giving a gift is even bigger than the joy of getting a gift? Giving, serving, going back to making the world a better place. That's where we're, our happiness. Oh my God, 38 minutes for my show that I said today. I kind of stumbled in here this morning and said, I'm going to do something different today. I'm not wearing makeup Freedom Friday. Maybe I'll do that every Friday, right? I'm not going to have a script. I'm just going to chat. Just going to, off the top of my head, without a real topic. Usually I take one topic and kind of do a format of why it's important. What does it mean? What is it? Why it's important, and how does it work, and how can you get more of it, right? That's usually a little bit of my format. Today, no format. Today, nothing. Stream of consciousness. Just talking. 38 minutes. Anyway, Friday. Go out and make it a happy day. Be aware of your happiness. Let some of it shoot off of you. Make those around you happy. That's our day. That's our show today. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you for Magic Monday. I'm back on Monday. Monday morning, 7 a.m. PST. Or, of course, I'm always available on the replay on both Facebook and YouTube. Soon to be coming to iTunes as a podcast. Yes. That's our show for today. I'm so happy I hate to get off the air. That's all right. I got to go. You got to go too. Make it a happy day.